So, for all its 65 years, Israel's been almost totally dependent on fuel imports for energy. Costly and precarious for a nation surrounded by often hostile neighbors. But now that's all changing. Israel has at last discovered so much natural gas, it's heading towards energy independence, a gas exporter in just a few years. 56 miles off Israel's Mediterranean coast, the Tamar reservoir started flowing earlier this year, with enough gas to supply Israel for decades. Another field nearby, almost twice as big, should be pumping in 3 to 4 years. Israel believes both fields lie well within its maritime borders, though the Lebanese government once challenged that. The stakes are high because there are also reports of huge oil deposits near the very same gas fields. Some call these new discoveries an economic miracle.
Amazing story.
And that joke about Moses?
We proved that joke to be wrong. There's dual pipeline, 16-inch pipeline.
It all began with Gidon Tadmor and his small Israeli company, which began drilling for oil and gas onshore in 1991.
Obviously, we needed luck and God's help. We needed the resources to be underground. But I think that the unique contribution that we were able to bring is the human spirit and the belief.
Tadmor, a lawyer by training, also needed partners with drilling experience willing to invest millions. He had a hunch there was gas in Israeli waters because Egypt had found some nearby, and he sought investment from the Texas oil giants. But he says nobody bit, afraid, Tadmor believed, of upsetting their much bigger customers, the Arabs. Finally, a small Texas company with no Arab clients, today called Noble Energy, agreed to invest in the Israeli dream.
Started the energy industry here in Israel.
It was a completely new industry here, is that correct?
That's correct.
You began from, you literally helped found it from nothing.
That's correct.
There it is, Tamar gas. Look.
Gas began flowing through the Tamar platform in March. It should soon be able to generate most of Israel's electricity, instead of relying on costly imports of coal, diesel and heavy fuel oil.
We estimate that in fuel savings alone to the power plants that go right to the consumer, that over the life of Tamar, Israel will save over $100 billion in fuel savings.
It took considerable engineering to get at the gas. 5 wells were drilled, some more than 3 miles below the seabed, in waters too deep for a production platform. So pipes were laid to shallower waters more than 90 miles away, the longest so-called tieback in the world. The platform and base were built in Texas and transported more than 8,000 miles to the Mediterranean, where the base was plunged into the sea and the platform placed on top. From conception to operation, just over 4 years. This is a gigantic place. The Tamar platform weighs 34,000 tons. It's 290 meters high, and 50 people work here round the clock. This is where it's coming in. That's correct. On the platform, water and humidity are separated from the gas. It then comes onshore here, is filtered again, and is fed to multiple power stations, which convert it into electricity to feed Israel's electric grid. It's already helping the environment. Today, 40% of Israel's electricity is fueled by gas. It's much cheaper and much cleaner than oil.
We've saved the country 17 million metric tons of CO2 emissions.
What does that mean?
That's the equivalent of taking all the cars in Israel off the road for over a year. So it's a big thing.